Hello and welcome to Educamy's YouTube channel. Today is 17th August 2021. My name is Harsh Singh and I bring to you the featured news for today, which is on youth development. Now this is a very important topic considering India has been ranked 122nd out of the 181 countries. India is one of the most youthful countries in the world, with half the population under the age of 25 and two-thirds the population under the age of 35. This is the prime time when India must act at its youth, for the development of youth, for the human development indicators at the level of youth. And this is how India can harness the important energy of youth. And therefore, in this article, we will understand in a holistic way what is the meaning of youth, what is the age bracket for youth considering for policy creations and actions. Secondly, we will understand what are the impediments for youth development, what are the various government policy initiatives taken, right? And why is this particular age of youth so critical, right? So this will be a holistic article that we will discuss today. Now, the word youth is indicated for a person who is between childhood and adulthood. So the person who has completed their compulsory education and looking for the first employment. So that age bracket in which they are after their compulsory education, so say 14-15 years of age, and between the time in which they get the first job, that time bracket in which the age comes, that is the age of youth. Now United Nations considers the age from 15 to 24 as the age of youth. However, India considers age 15 to 29 as the youth, because India has declared this in Youth Policy 2014 that this age bracket will be considered for the youth, right, in India. So now every fifth person in the world in the youth is an Indian, and this is why it is important for India to act on its youth. All right, now considering the amount of population that we have in this bracket, now this is 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15, 19 and 20, 24 age bracket. You can see around 60 million population, 60 million in each of the bracket. That means 300 million people here and almost 300 million females as well. 600 million people. So out of a population of 1300 million, that means 130 crores, we have around 600 million people only in this age bracket. This is very important age presently for India to act for youth. Why? Because slowly and steadily this type of pyramid that you see, it will not exist. Why? Because we will have reducing number of the childbirth in the future, and we will have increasing number of mid-aged people later. So to be able to utilize this bracket, their energy, their full potential, it is important for India to act at this particular age. So India has got a very narrow window in which India must act for youth, and that is why this article becomes very relevant for UPSC exam preparation, right? Youth development. If you reflect only on yourself, because it is very much possible you are a youth between the age of 15 to 29, right? Youth is the prime time which reflects the character of the person. It reflects the confidence, the connection, the social connections, and the kind of bond we have with others. It reflects the competence, right? So you're preparing for UPSC exam, you're competent in some or the other subject, you know some current affairs. So this is the age when people actually work on their skill and competence, right? This is the time when actually they can contribute. This is what Swami Vivekananda also said, right? This is the time when they learn to show care for others, and this is the reason we are preparing for UPSC exam. So these are the important traits for a youth. But how can a youth influence the nation? How can a youth influence the nation? Let's see that. Youth has got its influence through and through. Firstly, through legacy and culture. Youth is the time of life when we learn what is to be practiced and what not. We learn a lot of practices from elders. We filter them and we utilize them for development of our own selves through action and through inaction. So youth is the time when we learn to pass the culture from the elders to ourselves and later to the future. We pass on the legacy. This is the time when we learn the culture. And through this is when we act as agent of change. We accept something and we do not accept something. We accept certain social measures and we reject certain social norms, right? We participate in economic activities. This is the time when we educate ourselves, we build ourselves in terms of health, we support others, right? This is the time when we start working on equity, our basic foundations are laid. So after having understood the culture, this is the youth who can actually act as the agent of change. It is not at old age The prime age to act is this, because these are the times when we are the drivers. We are the drivers for economy. We are the drivers for society, right? So in a very simple, lucid fashion, you will understand, if we understand the culture, we will be the act of change, agent of change, and we will also drive the economy, right? We will contribute to the GDP of the country. We also will contribute to the economic might of the nation, because India will become one of the economic mights just on the part of youth. Right, just like Japan and European Union, they are looking for more people to work in these countries. India has that power, right? And India can showcase that power just like China is showcasing. So this is the influence of youth throughout the world. So here you will be able to understand how youth has its impact, right? We have explained the same in details here. For example, 34% of India's gross national income is through the youth. India will also become the 4th largest economy through the power of youth. Right now, India is in the 6th position. India will overtake countries like Germany, UK, France in just the coming decade, just because of the power of youth, right? They will help in the reduction of crime and security, increase security, right? Now, what are the hurdles of youth development? The same. The hurdles of development are the same which empower, because these are the same, this is the same coin, and these are two different sides of the same coin, right? So when we talk of culture, right? When we talk of the legacy that we have are two-sided. One is positive and the other one is negative. For example, if we learn to self-harm, to have substance abuse, that means to intake certain kind of alcoholic content or intoxicants. So this is the kind of culture we should not pass. This is what is hurting youth. So the culture, this itself forms some of the other issues also. Again, after culture, we spoke of how youth can contribute in social development. Now, if youth are not progressive, they are regressive. They do not support women education. They do not support equity for everybody. They do not support justice, right? So this is the place, if they do not skill themselves. So these are the places where society will lag, as the youthful contribution will lag, and therefore the economic contribution will also lag. So hurdles to youth development are what were the advantages also, just have to be seen in the other light, right? So one good example of this is 33% of India's skilled youth are employed. OECD says this, not me. 33% of India's skilled youth are employed, right? Also, around 30% of youth are neither employed nor are in education, nor are they studying. So what are they doing? So this is where we have to understand that the same youth which has got the potential is not utilizing its potential, right? What about the healthcare spendings, right? India ought to be spending around 2.5 to 3% of its GDP, the public expenditure on health. However, we are spending almost half, around 1.2% of GDP public expenditure on health, right? For what about education? We have to be spending around 6% of GDP on education, and we are spending only around 3% of education, right? So this is where the youth needs to be empowered, right? Now, India has got certain important schemes. For example, Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan. Ever heard of it? Right. Then we have this national service scheme. Now, all of them were meant for voluntary public service, community participation of the youth. However, do they enable them to skill themselves? Do they enable them to have some economic activity for themselves? May be correct, may not be correct. They have been existent in the last 40-50 years. However, they have not been completely acceptable in the society, because they are not participating in economic activities. And therefore, the idea is to have a youth guarantee program, right? The youth guarantee program. This is very important. Recommendations come into play, right? Indian youth guarantee program, just like European Union also has one youth guarantee program, right? So this is the place where important skills are imparted to the youth for their employment, right? There must be a youth component in the budget allocation also. Just like we have allocations for different sections, marginalized sections, SC, ST, women component, we must have a youth component also. A very good parameter for it, right? For skill development. Now, this is where I would like to share with you some important schemes, right? There are schemes, for example, Strive and Sankalp. These are two important schemes in which the government is trying to build the capacity of ITIs, Industrial Training Institutes. So ITIs will be accredited and they will be certified so that they can certify other people, right? The youth. So this is one. So Sankalp scheme is to enable the training, the trainers and the whole curriculum. And on the other hand, Strive has to ensure that ITIs are reformed. They are more efficient in functioning, right? So these are two important schemes you can mention. Also, right, look at the employment exchanges. Are they working effectively? No. So this is where we must reform, right? Because youth could be employable, they are not getting employment. and they are youth who are not employed. So we need to have the Sankalp and the Strive kind of schemes which have to work effectively, right? Also, there is an overarching program called as the National Program for Youth and Adolescent Development. Now, most important, there is a national level program that is called as Rashtriya Yuva Sashaktiikaran Karyakram, National Youth Empowerment Karyakram, right? So this is a umbrella program under which many other programs also get encapsulated. For example, Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan, right? For example, National Youth and Adolescent Program. These are all parts of it. And the main idea, Khelo India, Beti Bachao, these are the programs which can actually empower the youth. So Khelo India in the field of sports and health development, right? Capacity development. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao for female education. We cannot leave out the female education out of the youth because half the youth population is female population, right? So the main idea of these programs is to develop an architecture, especially for Strive and Sankalp, to develop an overarching architecture, to have vocational and educational training for the youth, and to provide certification and accreditation. So we need to build the capacity of youth so that there are more seats in ITI. We need to have institutions in ITI which match the requirements of the industry, right? So these are the suggestions that you can give for youth development for the nation. So when we increase the ability of the youth, right, when we give them more opportunities, and when there is institutional support, what does it result into? Youth becomes the protagonist. Youth becomes the hero of the nation, heroine of the nation. And this is where our article almost comes to the conclusion, because right now you will remember what is the youth, right? What is this age of youth? This is first thing, the age bracket, right? Secondly, how are the youth impactful, right? So social, cultural and economic measures, right? What are the impediments to their development, and what is the way out? So most important way out is the way these government programs function, right? This is where you will remember all these 4 components, right? Take 30 seconds off, pause this video, remember this, and after that, towards the conclusion, you can attend this question. What is the significance of youth for development of a nation? Analyze the hurdles to youth development for a country like India. If you like this video, shower some love on us through likes, comments, shares and subscribing to this channel so that you may receive timely updates for the daily featured news. Thanks for watching.